Mom? The reason lost in today's society as a man is the same reason why Neo from The Matrix and Edward Norton from Fight Club felt so lost. Same exact reason. I kid you not. Now, what I mean about that is that men are not meant for a comfortable way of living. In these movies, Fight Club, Matrix, honestly, American Beauty, there's a lot of other movies like this. You see a pretty extreme example of men doing the same thing every single day. These mundane tasks of working in the office, doing paperwork, doing the same exact thing as everybody else, finding no purpose and going crazy. Same thing, American Psycho. Funny enough, maybe by coincidence, I'm not really sure, all these movies came out in 1999. Very interesting, right? There's a lady. There's a lady sneaking past me right now and act like I'm pondering something very deep. Even as the Stoics of ancient Greece, even as Marcus Aurelius. That's what I thought. Hey, don't you lose your attention span. I'm telling you, I'll say it in every single video. Don't lose your attention span, okay? Okay? All right, listen. Biggest thing, yeah, men are so comfortable nowadays. I mean, I posted a short not too long ago, literally from Fight Club. And it's of Tyler Durden, and he's talking to all these men. It's one of his famous speeches from the movie, and he's saying, we're the middle children of history. No wars, no Great Depression, no purpose as a man, nothing to help us or to force us to rise up, to get off the couch, stop eating the Cheetos, stop watching movies and all of that crap, wasting all this time, and just do something, right? There's nothing to inspire us to do that very thing anymore. You see it in the media, you see it in the commercials. Men are these low-class, stupid individuals, and that's exactly how they perceive and would like us to be perceived. Quite frankly, that agenda has become so real. Men are literally becoming that today. Stop playing video games. Stop smoking marijuana. Stop vaping. I know you think it makes you feel cool, and maybe you think it makes you look cool, but quite frankly, you look quite stupid. Quite dumb. Dumb to dumb. And last but not least, stop watching your stupid porn, okay? Go out, meet some girls, get married, have a family, and then find purpose in being a man and defending them, and not doing the same exact thing that you would do every single day like every single other person. It's the same reason why in today's society, we also have this whole entire movement going on where all these men are going to the gym, they're taking ice baths, and they're posting about it. They're doing all these channels, they're quitting social media, they're doing everything that you see me doing here on my channel, and finding purpose in it. It's like there's nothing else helping us. We have to find things. We have to find things to challenge us and to challenge other people with. I think the very next big thing, right? Another reason why men feel so lost in today's society is the way our education system works. Think about it. I mean, there is a very specific way that men and women learn, and it is not quite the same. We are not equal at all in that sense. We learn completely differently, and it is quite impressive how we do things right now. Statistics show that women actually learn better in a classroom setting, believe it or not. Men, on the other hand, they do better out in the field, doing things, working, watching, observing. They do better like that. They do better at recess than in a classroom setting. And what you're doing is you're taking a bunch of young men, you're putting them in a room, you're telling them to be quiet, to sit still, and to do what they're told. And it is actually completely counterproductive. That is not how boys think or how they work. And that's an issue. You might have seen, if you guys watch my channel, I assume you also watch Jordan Peterson's. And if you haven't, I recommend that you check him out. He has a video where he talks about disagreeable young boys. The disagreeable young boys are the ones who kind of get into trouble. They like to challenge everything, and they end up getting punished the most. They get practically thrown in that straitjacket, that mental straitjacket, contorting them in every which way to keep them still, to keep them focused. And it absolutely kills their growth, it kills their learning process, and it actually will make them worse boys or men growing up. They won't be able to rise up to their callings, they won't be able to do things that they need to, and they won't be able to learn for themselves how to control the way they feel. And here they are, they grow up and they think they're bad people. What a great way to raise children. For me, it was the same exact thing. I am what you would call a disagreeable, or I was what you would call a disagreeable young man, in the sense that I wanted to challenge everything. In elementary, I would get in fights. I would try and pull pranks. I would do all these different things. In junior high, I would also do the same exact thing. But at a certain point, it was like suddenly I was shut up, and I was so scared to talk in classes. I was scared to ask questions. I was scared to do everything because I was punished for everything. In fact, it's quite funny. If I understood the situation better, I would go back and I would sue my elementary school because of the way they treated me. Here I was so social. I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to play. I've got friends who can attest to this. I was not a dumb kid. The way they handled this, they thought because I was so hyperactive and because of my ADHD, which wasn't diagnosed, by the way, they diagnosed it for me just by watching my behavior. Which, maybe I probably do have it, not gonna lie. But because of those habits and behaviors that I had as a young boy, they actually put me in a class, and I kid you not, a hand on the Bible, they put me in a class with the deaf and the blind. I was the only kid who wasn't deaf or blind. Now tell me how that is supposed to propel a student forward. I grew up hating the school system. I went to school with the expectation that I was going to probably be sent to the principal's office at some point. When is it going to be? I don't know. 4th grade, I was sent to another class every single day to be punished, to write on the log, writing why I was in the room, what I did wrong. I was going to do better every single day. Nothing changed because they just want to constrain me. All these different things. This is how the school system treats young boys nowadays. I actually teach a class right now with a lot of young kids in it, and one of the boys told me about an experience in which he was sent to the principal's office, and then in which he told me, I feel like the schools are not made for boys. And oh my goodness, does that hit hard or what? When a young boy recognizes that the school is kind of rigged against him, that he's going to get in trouble for things, and if the girls do the same exact thing, they'll get away with it. That's how we train kids. If I hit a girl, I go to jail. No one ever told me that if a girl did the same thing to me, it was the same exact thing. It wasn't that it's illegal for boys to hit girls. It's illegal for you to hit anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's assault. But I grew up thinking that it was fine for girls to hit boys. Do you see the disconnect here? A lot of different things. Education system, and I could go on and make more and more videos about this. The education system is rigged against the youth of this generation. And ultimately, this is why we have so many addictive behaviors. This is why we have so many people who are scared to speak up and ask questions and learn and do all these different things. Because we shut them up, tell them to sit down and do their work. This next piece that I'm going to talk about of why men are struggling so much in this generation, it kind of talks a little bit about the statistics. And so when we think about it, men in today's day and age, and it goes along with this educational point, there are 74% of teachers who are female, and only 25% of teachers are even males. So men are struggling to find good role models. It's hard to learn from someone who doesn't think the same as you, or who doesn't understand how you thought when you were younger. This is why it's very hard for boys in many ways to progress and to accelerate their growth. It's because they can't find role models who think or can sympathize with them in any sense. It's the same thing with doctors nowadays. It is very hard, and actually the numbers are going down and down every single year, an exponential amount. What we see is there's a new statistic with female versus male doctors, right? And I want to get this exactly right. So 54.2% of doctors are women today, and 45.8% are men. And the numbers are decreasing, like I said, every single year. This number is getting lower and lower and lower, which was not like anything in the past. I think it's like, I'm a powerful, strong woman and I can do things myself. I don't need a man to do it, kind of thing that's helping this, right? But on the other hand, it's also girls who are like, I want to make a difference in the world. I want to accomplish something because I have this family member who's going through this problem. I want to be able to do something too, right? And so it's good that we're getting both things. I'm not bashing on the other gender or saying that one gender is better than the other at doing certain things, but I think young boys, and particularly men, need male role models and doctors who understand exactly how they feel and their thought process and everything like that. And so here are a couple of points, right? These points that I've laid out for you guys are exactly why men feel lost in this generation. why we can't seem to succeed, and why we are afraid to take the steps necessary to sacrifice, to overcome and conquer as men. Napoleon was conquering most of Europe, at the age of, I think it was like 19 or 18, I can't remember exactly the exact age, right? But it's within that range. And here we are at 19 and 18, we're masturbating, watching pornography, and playing video games. That's what we do with our time. In conclusion, there is a very simple thing that men need to do in this society to make it and to really survive. First of all, men need to go out there and make risks. They need to overcome some of their fears, conquer some of the challenges that they have in their lives. They need to have goals and pursue them every single day. And they need to get past the mental mindset part where it's like, I want to just sit around and do nothing today, right? They need to get past those different things. They need to overcome those addictions. The next big thing is, of course, men need to find better role models. You need to get yourself in a good social circle of successful people who are like-minded individuals with goals and plans for their entire future. You are the average of the 5 people you spend your time around. So be mindful of exactly who it is that you are spending your time around. And honestly, there are so many other things that men could do to improve their lives that I have not had enough time, or I have not been able to share with you guys today. That's where I think it comes down to you guys. I want you guys to go in the comments below, comment something that you think is holding back men in this day and age, and let's have a discussion down there. Talk about how we can overcome these things and how we can grow. This is a community after all. And if you guys like this video, if you guys enjoyed being a part of this discussion, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'd love to see you guys in the next few videos. And I'll talk to you guys later.